When I stated that the IMF would set the price of XRP, and I want people to think about it like this, and I've been in many of my dad's meetings when I was a younger boy, and when they were about to launch an IPO for a company, my dad's company specifically called Adair Oil and Gas. People can go look that up. It did go public once. But typically, when you're about to launch an IPO, right, partners will get together. And when I say partners, at this point, I'm alluding to central banks and international settlements, et cetera, et cetera. They discuss things thoroughly, and they come up with a price before going live or taking a company public. That's when the price is set high. Then the public can start to purchase, use, or even trade it. Again, referring this to like a stock, right? In this case, similarly, I would say central banks have all come together alongside the Bank of International Settlements, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and of course, many others, payment providers and other institutions. Now, when I say they set the price of XRP, this fact has obviously not been revealed. This is what I was trying to say. And I don't think, again, I articulated it clearly, but I think people are beginning to understand why the price would have to be set really high for it to function. And then, of course, there's the technological aspect to the XRP. You know, XRP's technology is very unique. It's not like any other crypto out there. And many can confirm this, you know, as it becomes more universally accepted, adopted worldwide, which is already happening. For it to function as a settlement mechanism for big money, remember, centralized institutions, not necessarily retail, for it to work properly, the price will have to be set very high. And as XRP, again, becomes universally accepted and adopted, the high price of XRP will naturally, understanding its technology, improve its liquidity because of its technology and the burn rate, which will drive the price even higher. When I say, again, set the price, I want people to look at this like a company going public, right? They agree to the terms and conditions. They would put the price out for the public to then like trade and speculate on it. And naturally, you know, it starts moving higher because of its technological aspect. And I did watch Linda P. Jones talk about the XRP price possibly being set at $10,000. And I just want to clarify, this is in a sense what I was alluding to.
People sometimes think it's impossible. I mean, it sounds unrealistic at first, but when you fully understand the technology, in my opinion, that's inevitable that we're going to have a high price for XRP. Not only it's a better vehicle for payments, we are in the earliest days of crypto. If you're looking for Bitcoin, I have in front of me coin market cap right now is sitting at $1.28 trillion, and that's virtually nothing compared to what the market cap in general of cryptocurrency is going to be, let's say, in the next 3 to 5 years. These are the earliest days of crypto. There will be plenty of room for cross-border payments, tokenization. And when we're talking about XRP, we're not only talking about all the liquidity, which sounds cliche, but we have to think that it goes even beyond cross-border payments. We're talking here about tokenization of gold. There is a company that is actually allowing people to trade gold on the XRP ledger. And I really can see that in the future, we're going to see tokenization of gold on the XRP ledger. And imagine everything to be tokenized, not only real estate, collectible cars, luxury goods, everything that costs more than $500 can even be tokenized. The whole data that is on the internet to be transferred to the blockchain, and that's going to be tokenized. And we know that you can tokenize anything of value on the XRP ledger. Then you combine two booming industries, one of them being cross-border payments, one of them being tokenization, and there you have a recipe for a higher price for XRP. If you go back to history, when first people started talking about Bitcoin, I know it's cliche, but nobody even believed $500, $1,000 Bitcoin would come. What's the utility for Bitcoin? It really doesn't solve any real world problem. It's only based on speculation. So when you have an asset like Bitcoin that is sitting at $62,000, assets like XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, all of these assets going to play a very important role on the new financial system. So do you really believe that we're going to continuously see XRP sitting at 50 cents? I really disagree with anyone that will tell me that in the next 5 years, we're not going to see price action for XRP.
There's no doubt the monetary system that we're moving towards to is going to be backed by hard assets. which also explains why the central banks and the financial institutions are purchasing in large quantities hard assets and at the same time adopting the technology for tokenization. And that technology is the Ripple protocol, which leverages the XRP to transfer the value, right? And as far as a high price of XRP, if you understand the technology and then, of course, look at all the debt that's associated with the traditional monetary system, and again, hence the central banks adopting the technology, there's that incentive to dissolve the global debt as well. But when you understand the technology and what XRP is designed to do and serve as a settlement mechanism, then yes, it makes sense for a very high price. But of course, the average Joe and Jane, they don't understand really not just the technology. And that's why there's always these questions like, well, where did the figure of a 10,000, for instance, come from? Well, it's associated with what's going on in the debt market. And that's the correlation. And most people don't really understand how the traditional monetary system works. Hence all the new monetary policies that are being set under the radar, which, Vindel and I, we try so hard, including you, Edo, to bring this into light. But you got to understand the situation is a very multifaceted, multidimensional chess game that, in my opinion, the average Joe and Jane can't even begin to comprehend. And one aspect that most people still don't understand, won't accept, is how central banks are collectively destroying the economy, designed to widen the wealth gap and consolidate power across the financial system. We see the same shit in the food industry, the pharmaceutical industry, big tech, and even blockchain. And that's exactly what's playing out in the world today. So you and I and them, the puppets, are actual slaves to the central banks, which are obviously involved in this monetary policy reset. So I just want the audience to be mindful of the true nature of the causes and the changes that we're witnessing, right? Because these entities, these institutions are trying to weaponize, again, the digital infrastructure while profiting from it and attacking it simultaneously. Is Ripple XRP a military operation? I shared that with you privately, remember? Because I wasn't really sure, but I did see some information that gave me the healthy speculation that alluded to it's possible that there was some military operation behind it to dethrone the US dollar. But this is, again, why people just need to prepare and take action now. There will be a point, and I keep alluding to this, that the debt market will fail, the global debt market. And when that happens, in my opinion, the masses, majority of them, will get wiped out. And the only reason everything is still functioning the right way and all these people are living their lives, it's because they have credit cards. But one day that will stop. And again, they are going to issue more debt because debt gives the central banks more control. And that's why they're trying to keep you in the dollar. Hence, Senator Warren's bill, Treasury Department, and even the Fed suggested, and I'm not kidding, this article came out 2 days ago, Robert Kiyosaki covered it, and they said that they could tweak the Constitution to enforce people to transact in the dollars. And again, that ties us back into the anti-crypto bill, which is incredible. They don't want us to make money, but at the same time, this is a problem reaction solution cycle designed to control the masses. It's part of the master plan, and this even ties back to the United Nations.